Hello everyone, my name is Alex and in today's video we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about the conditionals. But one thing about the conditionals is that I like to divide them into two ways. One that is likely to happen and the group that is unlikely to happen. So in today's video we're going to watch and talk about the zero and first conditional, which I would say are the most likely to actually happen. And in a second you'll know why. So let's start off about talking about what conditionals are. The conditional sentences are sentences that we use to describe, to express an action that has a cause and an effect. And as I said before, this cause and this effect is likely or unlikely to happen. First, we're going to talk about the zero conditional, which is the basic conditional that you can possibly think of. The zero conditional is used to express a scientific fact or a specific truth. The thing about this conditional is that we do not express a wish or an expectation. The cause and the effect for this conditional is going to happen. Now, if it doesn't happen the way that it is supposed to, then we can also think that the world has gone crazy, because being a specific truths, it's something that is going to happen, that we expect that is going to happen because it is the way it is. And you can also use to express, to give directions or specific instructions, because it is constantly the same. We can also use the zero conditionals to talk about routines that some people have or that you have. For example, when we talk about specific truths, we could say that if you heat ice, it melts. It is something that is going to happen, that we know it's going to happen. If you mix the colors blue and yellow, you get the color green. It is a specific truth, it is a fact, you know that is going to happen. When we give an instruction, it could be that if you don't eat healthy, you get sick. That is an instruction that we are giving, that we are saying that if someone doesn't eat healthy, it's going to get sick. And then when we talk about the routines, we can say that when I wake up, I always drink coffee first. It is a routine that I have, that when I wake up, I always drink coffee. Now with this, I want to talk about the structure. As you may see, the conditionals have two clauses, consisting two clauses. A clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb. It could contain any other kind of word, like an adjective or an adverb, but it always contains a subject and a verb. Now, in the if clause is the clause that expresses the cause, that expresses the situation that we are doing. And then in the main clause, it expresses the effect, the consequence that happens because we did that first action. Now, this is all for all the conditionals, if we start the sentence with the if clause, when we get to the main clause, the way we gotta separate them with a comma. But in the case that we start with the main clause, the comma isn't necessary at all. Now, I did use, when I talk about my routine, I did use the word when instead of if. Now, in this conditional specifically, we can substitute the word if for the word when, and it doesn't affect the meaning of the sentence at all. In the zero conditional, both clauses are always in the simple present. We cannot use any other conjugation tense. It is always the simple present in both of them. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the first conditional. I'm going to start about the structure because it is almost the same one as the zero conditional. There is always two clauses and there is a comma that separates both clauses if you start with the if clause, but if you start with the main clause, the comma isn't necessary. Now the thing about the first conditional is that the conjugation tenses that we use is that we use the simple present only in the if clause, whereas in the main clause you will always use the future. Now the function of the first conditional is that it is mainly used when we talk about probabilities. When you are 100% certain that something is going to happen because a certain action actually took place. Well, this is a little bit tricky, but we can say that if the action A happens, there is a certainty it is most likely that action B is going to happen. For example, if it snows the following day, the government will cancel school. In the context of this sentence is that if it starts snowing in the following day, because the roads are going to be full of snow, and the government will cancel school because kids are not going to be able to go to class. Another example, if I eat pizza tonight, I'll feel terrible at tomorrow morning. Now in this sentence I express that if I eat pizza tonight, it means right now, or in a moment, or right now, I'll feel terrible tomorrow in the morning because the pizza actually got me sick because I ate it at night. Now we can use the first conditional also to either make promises or to give warnings. For example, if you cook dinner tonight, I will do the dishes. This is when you make a promise that you're promising that if the other person cooks dinner this night, you will do the dishes, you will wash the dishes. Now when you want to give a warning, you can say, if you don't complete this project on time, the boss will fire you. Now, this is a warning that states that if you don't complete this project at the specific time that you were given, the boss of the company or that you work for is going to fire you. You're going to be unemployed. Well, that was everything I have to say for now about the conditionals. Next time we're going to talk about the second and the third conditional, that are the ones that is unlikely to happen, that you can make sentences about something that is unlikely to happen, but we're going to see that next time. So with all that being said, goodbye.